Viewer discretion is advised.
They threw Denning's heart on the pile, and it started to beat, and then pulse, and then thrash around. Then it tore open, and one of those things pulled itself out. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation KETER Class Object Presumed Neutralized, SCP-1983. SCP-1983, also known as Doorway to Nowhere, is a combination of SCP-1983-1 and SCP-1983-2. 19831 is a one-story farmhouse in Wyoming. It was abandoned in 1968 after a series of ritual murders, allegedly performed by a satanic cult. 19831 is accessible through a number of entryways, including windows, a back door, and rudimentary points of egress cut into the back of 19831. However, it seems as though the former front room of 19831 no longer exists. Doors that should lead to the front room instead lead to other doors inside the building. Holes cut through the interior walls of 19831 that should lead to the front room apparently lead to the outside walls located around the front of 19831, but stop 3 meters on either side of the doorway. Attempts to drill into the front room from the outside have led to the exposure of smaller portions of the anomaly. Further attempts to breach the wall have been forbidden by 0503 due to the possibility of a potential manifestation of 19832. 19832 are bipedal creatures that measure approximately 1.8 meters tall. They are vaguely humanoid and entirely black in color. They are highly aggressive and will engage any human on sight. When an instance of 19832 comes into contact with a human, they extend an upper limb into the human's chest cavity without any apparent damage to skin or tissues. Through unknown means, they then extract the heart, killing the human instantly. Once it has acquired a human heart, 19832 will return to 19831. Silver munitions fired at 19832 while reciting religious scripture and prayer is the only known method for neutralizing 19832. The precise form of prayer or religion of the supplicant does not appear to matter, so long as the prayer is sincere. Once killed, the bodies of 19832 appear to disintegrate, leaving a small layer of sulfur. On May 23, 1989, personnel D14134 was sent to enter 1931, and he was given a closed-circuit camera tethered to a monitor with a 25-meter cord. He was instructed to examine as much of the area as he could, and then attempt to return. Once through the doorway, the camera feed was interrupted. The cord was pulled taut before snapping entirely. Inside, the desiccated remains of several agents were discovered, as well as document 198315, an informal SCP report written by an agent within the anomaly. It appears as follows. I'm Agent Barclay. I'm in the middle of this damned thing, and I'm telling you, if you're here, you're going to die. I'm probably already dead. Let's get to the containment procedures. There's really only one. Close the damned door. You aren't going to get back through there. That is your only priority right now. You're going to die anyway, so you might as well do some good before you're gone. Here's a story. Tell me if you've heard it before. The Foundation gets reports of trouble in the middle of nowhere, USA. Cattle and wildlife are dying mysteriously. Some people turn up missing. When a body shows up, the autopsy finds that the heart was missing. Not cut out, not torn out, just gone. There was simply a patch of empty space in the middle of the chest. They find some sort of pitch-black thing floating around. Some brain at the Foundation has seen something like them before, and they figured out how to kill them. Silver bullets. And pray to God as you fire. For some reason, that makes it work. Doesn't matter which god, but you damn well better mean it. Anyway, Foundation figured out where it's all coming from. Some house in the middle of nowhere. No one's lived there in years. Nonsense, yada yada, murder, cult, rituals, bullshit. The main thing is that these things keep appearing out of the front door. A team goes in, and they never come back out. But then again, neither do the monsters. The living room was bad enough. That's where they got O'Brien. They reached in, and suddenly he keeled over. And one of them took off with his heart in its claws, I guess? They're less distinct here. You've probably noticed that. They're like shadows. Stay away from the light. I know that sounds stupid, but think about it. In the light, shadows are stronger. They have edges. When it's dark, they're indistinct. They can hardly touch you, and they don't see very well. I think they see by your shadow. I don't know. I'm just pulling at straws here, I'll be honest. Don't try going back out the door, because it leads to someplace even worse. There aren't any monsters, but Jones went too far from the house and he started to melt. Things started popping out of him and he didn't make it back. That's when we closed the door. After, we started moving through the house. This place is big. It's not just the farmhouse. It's like they stole bits and pieces of a lot of places and stuck them all together. There are some bits that look like an apartment, some that look like a shopping mall, and even a closet from my old high school. There are also bits that are made out of black shadowy stuff, and it's mostly in the well-lit places. If the lights go out, you can stick your hand through, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. That's how we lost Torres. Something grabbed him, pulled him through. There's no way out. Any door you find either just leads to another room in this nut house, or it leads out there, and it's pretty obvious we can't live there. So either wait until you starve to death, or one of those things gets you. However, I think I figured out a way to stop these things. It's the nest. I only saw it once, and only for a few minutes. We followed one of them after they got Denning's heart. It took it into a room that I guess is in the middle of this whole place. It's all black stuff, and they've dragged in every kind of light they could find. Lamps, flashlights, candles, you name it. Some of them were carrying more in as we watched. Anyway, in the middle, you'll find a big pile of hearts. All of them just tossed in a heap and torn open. They threw Denning's heart on the pile, and it started to beat, and then pulse, and then thrash around. Then it tore open, and one of those things pulled itself out. It shook itself, started to grow, and then went right to work. The gross thing is that even as torn apart as they were, the hearts kept beating. I swear, I felt a twinge in my own chest. There were shadows in the place, and I don't mean the monsters. I mean real shadows of people. However, there wasn't a single physical body around to cast them. They were coming from the hearts. A new one appeared at the same time as the hatching monster and started trying to pull away, but it couldn't. That was when I ran. I couldn't take it. I wasn't trained for this kind of shit. I heard the others behind me. I don't know if they were trying to stop me or if the bastards had spotted us, but we got separated. I found a nice dark closet and I've been hiding in here since. I've been writing by penlight. I turn it off whenever I hear one of them getting close. But I can't go any further. I've got a few shots left in my gun, but I can't pray anymore, not after I saw the nest. But you, if you found this, you've got to be an agent too. Maybe you're stronger than I am. If you can, go in and destroy the nest. Destroy every last heart. If you do, maybe it'll kill them. It's the only thing I can think of. You'll probably die doing it, but you're dead anyway. Me, I'm going to try and get this report back to the living room, which I hope is where you find it. Then I'm going to make sure they can't use my heart to make another one of those things. Good luck. SCP-1983 is presumed to have been neutralized by D-14134, who was posthumously awarded the Foundation Star, one of only 2 awarded to Class D personnel. Remember to check out my new animation channel, TheRubber Talks, where I share my life story, thoughts, and opinions. Just click on the link in the description to enter the Rubber's world.
Before we end this video, we are proud to present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art. A big thank you to all of you. You can now send us your fan art, and we will be more than happy to show off your best art piece in our next video. Check out our description below on how to submit. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Which SCP do you want to see in the next video and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Please share it to your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.